Hey guys, have you ever considered that the way your children hold these may affect the way they hold this? Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So, in the first year of life, really the first 5 to 7 months of typical development, a child will develop what's called a lateral grasp or raking grasp, where they pick items up like this. They will develop an inferior pinch. They will also develop something called a three-jaw chuck, and that's the thumb, index, and middle finger. They come together. It's really sort of a power pinch. Uh, and the cool thing about the three-jaw chuck is that if you if you look at the way that's done, with a very slight modification, it becomes our efficient pencil grasp called a tripod grasp. Okay? Now, why did I say that the way your child holds feeding utensils may affect the way they hold a pencil? Well, what I've seen is that a lot of children who hold a pencil like this starting out are also still holding their fork or their spoon like this. As I went over that history, developmental history, where a child typically will develop these skills at an early age, by the time they're picking up a pencil, they have, for the most part, they have the ability to hold a crayon or a pencil with a tripod grasp. We know that because they're able to hold other items with the three-jaw chuck. It's hard to say. Um, so I'm gonna use a bigger utensil just to kind of give you the same perspective that you would with a child. So um, if I'm a child and I'm eating my cereal or whatever item my parents prepared for me, typically you're going to put the utensil in their hand and have them do it and sort of shovel it like this, right? Okay. And typically well, not typically, but oftentimes you'll have modified spoons that have a built-up handle so that it's a little bit easier to grasp. But the same idea. They're grasping like this. They're raking it in. Okay. Now, when they go to the point where they pick up a pencil or a crayon, some writing utensil, uh, they take this approach, and that's how they grab their writing utensil. So I slip this spoon out of the way, and all of a sudden, this is how writing starts. Kind of doing like this, and then you see as children develop, they tend to, if no one ever corrects them, they still tend to start moving some of these fingers out of the way. And if you are a therapist watching this, you will recognize a lot of inappropriate pencil grasps as I move along, and they are coming from, I think, from this habit of starting with a fisted grasp on your feeding utensils. So, what you want to do, what I would propose that you do with your spoons is that you begin to have your child not grab it like this, but make a fist, stick their thumb out, stick the thumb out, and the first finger out. All right, and then you lay the spoon into what we call the web space, which is this right here. You just lay it right on top, and then you let them pinch it. You pinch it, and then you bring that I call that the helper finger. Bring the helper finger underneath to kind of make everything stable. All right, and so by doing this, you are training your child to hold their pencil properly. And whenever you start writing off this way, you're just more efficient. You eliminate the potential for the development of a lot of bad habits with writing mechanics. So I'm gonna slip this in here just to show you what I'm talking about, the similarity. Okay, I'm just gonna slip the spoon out of the way, and look at that. Exactly what you want. You probably want to come a little bit lower, but it's the same exact grasp. And the reason you can go ahead and teach your children to hold their spoons and to hold their writing utensils this way, even at an early age, is because when you look at that developmentally, when does that three-jaw chuck come in? The three-jaw chuck comes in at 5 to 7 months typically. So for most kids, that means they have the ability to do this, which means they have the ability to do this. Okay, so that's what I have for today. I hope that this is helpful. Give it a shot. All right, y'all take care.